Hey y'all, how you doing? It's your boy Gerald. It is Wednesday, 26th of November 2014. How is everybody? I hope that your week is positive. You guys are sidestepping the negative, not claiming stuff that's not yours, and always discerning everything that you do. So I'm getting ready to roll out to start my day, and today is potluck day. Day before Thanksgiving, and I always bring the salad, or I'll do some chicken, But I decided to make a lasagna, so I'm actually waiting for it to cool down before I try to load it up in the Jeep. I don't want it all over. That ain't gonna work, that ain't gonna work. So, needless to say, I wanted to take a second to reach out to each and every one of you and give thanks, give praise for you allowing me just a second in your life, just a second, because you could allocate that time wherever you see fit, because we have free will. We're human beings, but we're spiritual beings first. So, I'm trying to keep this tornado, which I call my place. I'm trying to make order of it because tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Tonight's going to be a very long night for me because, yes, your boy is going to cook. I like cooking. I just do. So I got me a nice 22-pound turkey, and I'm going to spread it. But with that, I got to balance my time, and I got to make sure that I'm efficient in everything I do. So by doing so, every time I take the time to actually prepare something with my hands, it always keeps me humble, because of the fact that, a lot of times it will be a woman, or it'll be a woman, be your mom, your sister, your auntie, your grandmother, that will prepare meals in your homes. And it's the little things that hold so much weight in our day-to-day. So first and foremost, if you're living at home with mom, or you with your sister, or there is a female presence in your house, or where you lay your head, take a second, give them thanks for preparing the meals, because they don't have to do that. They're not obligated to do it. And by all means, my fellas, my kings, show appreciation by helping partake in the meal. That just blesses it even more. So tomorrow I'm going to put out a small video after all the deconstruction, all the chaos in my kitchen, and I'm going to put it out. I don't know how long it'll be. It might be short, sweet. I may just put pictures out on Google Plus, but I'll just show you what came about. Now, I got a letter. Well, I got a message from someone. It was a female subscriber, and she was kind of curious about. I'm kind of shy about stuff like this, but she wanted to know, what is it that I see in a woman? What turns my head? And at first, believe it or not, I when it comes to stuff like that, I have a shyness about me. That's how I am, because that's what compels me to speak my truth. So, as I thought about it, so maybe I should put something out like that. But then again, I didn't want to I didn't want to make that the focal point. So not to ramble, I'm gonna spin it. Top 10 signs why you should not be in, or you're not ready to be in a committed relationship. I know you hear people have their partake on it, but here's my point of view. Top 10 reasons why you're not ready to be in a committed relationship. Number 10. You are in a cycle where you are not grounded. There are aspects of what you envision to have in a mate, but yet these are the same things that you do not possess. So what happens is we get on the merry-go-round hoping that wherever we land, we'll find emotional safety. You are not ready to be in a committed relationship. Number 9. When you are dating someone, there's still an apprehension for you to place your cards on the table. Well, how can you be in a committed relationship with someone that you can't be honest with? You're not ready to be in a committed relationship. Number 8. When it comes to you and the person that you are involved with, you don't see them as an us, a we, a you and I, or both. It's always one-sided. You are not ready to be in a committed relationship. Number 7. The people that you prefer to, the people you hang out with, may it be your work environment, home life, or the people that you call friends, don't want you to be involved with that person. Not because they don't like the person, but they know that they don't want you to mess their lives up, or mess his life up, or her life up. So, not to pry, they try to persuade you to take a different route. You're not ready to be in a committed relationship. Number 6. I know somebody gonna get pissed off on this one, but I gotta speak truth. Number 6, the reason why you're not ready to be in a committed relationship. Because you have bought into what society has tried to convey to each one of us, that to get over someone, you have to get under someone and not own yourself. Take accountability. Number 5. Ooh, it's going to get sticky now. Number 5, why you're not ready to be in a committed relationship is because the fact that when it comes to allowing yourself to take a time to pause, to focus on you, you look at that as a sign of weakness, not a sign of strength. You're not ready to be in a committed relationship. Number 4. Ooh, I know somebody's going to shiver off of this one. Number 4, the reason why you're not ready to be in a committed relationship is because when you are intimate with someone else, the current partner, in your mind, you're still making love to the one that you just left. That's right, I said it. That's right. which goes back to number 8. You gotta have your feet grounded to speak your truth, to feel emotionally safe. So the only way you can feel emotionally safe is you've got to be honest with yourself. Because when you're honest with yourself, your environment should also validate that as well. See, you got to understand, there's no amount of money on the world that can facilitate the love and nurturement that you desire in your heart. You dream about it every day. You find yourself daydreaming about it when you're out and about, because that's truth. But for some reason, you think it's more easier to take the out of sight and out of mind approach, because if you have to look at it, it will spark something in your heart that is uncontrollable, which is truth, and it makes you feel uncomfortable. I'm here to tell you, your life is precious. Your life matters. And now it's time that you have courage to love yourself. So why won't you? Why won't you? Why won't you? Number 3. Even though you think that you're smarter than the average bear, and you've gotten on the internet, gone on YouTube, you've read manuals and references about relationships, even took advice from other people thinking that will educate you. The same advice that you receive, you contradict and go to the opposite. I'll break it down. My queens, why is it that you verbally say, I want a good man that will love and treasure me, make you feel emotionally safe, and give you stability within your mind and body, but yet you are driven to the one thing that will cause you the greatest pain? Don't like that, but it's the truth. Or worse, your higher powers I know him as my Lord Jesus Christ will answer your prayers and bring you someone that can facilitate the cry, the charge to your heart, to make all jagged edges smooth. Instead of cultivating it, you thumb your nose to it and think it's weak. I keep trying to tell you, the devil is like a lion in the wait. He don't want you to be happy. So he will constantly bring you examples that is found in what you want and not what you need. That's why they keep coming and going, and keep coming and going. Why? Because they don't love themselves either. So misery loves company, and guess what? Like-minded attracts like-minded. And that's how you know that you're not ready for a committed relationship. Number 3. I think that's number 3. You base your relationship skills or education or knowledge, of what you see on TV. Come on now. Why do you think why they say it's made for TV, not reality? But for some reason, somebody sold you that flyer that said, well, you know what? If I act just like them, I'll get the same outcome, only to walk in regret. Why is that? Why? My queens, let me throw this disclaimer out here too, because I'm on the internet and I see things, and before I start my day, I always give thanks. I give thanks, and I stay prayed up. That's what empowers my discernment. But let me explain something to you real quick, and I know I got 2 left. Why do you feel that you got to go beyond the call of duty to feel accepted or validated. Why do you feel that you got to do that? Huh? I mean, honestly, be honest with yourself. Why do you feel that you got to do the extra, add the cherry on the sundae, add the star on top of whatever it is? Why do you feel you got to do that when all you have to do is be you? I know someone's saying, well, Gerald, if I could be me, then I would not be accepted. But guess what? I keep trying to tell each and every one of you this. You're not supposed to be accepted with everybody. Not everybody are supposed to be in your midst. They must earn the right to earn your trust. That's why being lovers before friends never works. It never works. You end up becoming a memory to someone who will never worship, I don't mean worship, but treasure you. Excuse me, because that's idolatry. But you understand what I'm saying? If you're in an environment where only time y'all come around each other is because he's doing this or she's doing this, you ain't supposed to be there. They don't respect you. They don't. But trust and believe when I tell you this, and I say this with love, they gonna miss you though. They gonna miss you. So always respect yourself, even if that means you have to walk alone. Because trust and believe, even the greatest harvest had to start off as a barren soil. The survey had to be done before you could plant the first seed. So if that means you are in a place where you got to get it together, take all the time it needs so that when it's ready, when you're ready to step into public view, guess what? Number one, you're not the same person that went behind closed doors. You were made new. So claim your life. Now let's get back to number 2. Here's how you know you're not ready for a committed relationship. You base all your life decisions around sex. Yeah, I said it. How you pay your bills, how you start your day, end your day. You know, somebody say, you got penis on the brain. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a difference between having a healthy libido and having an addiction. But if your environment is that's all y'all talk about, that's all you have in common, guess what? Expiration date's already been punched. You'll never get that. Your name will never change. And I'm not gloating. I'm not. Because some people are not meant to be married. Honestly, some people are not even meant to be parents. They're not, because they're not ready. They're not ready. If you gotta, listen, I'm not trying to make light of it. If you got to make a concession or compromise just to stay in a certain environment, that is the wrong environment to be in. Because the right environment you need to be in will feel like breathing. Like a hand to a glove, it is divinely meant. But you will not know that until you decide to love yourself. Until you love yourself. So, what I need for those who are so desperately to feel, I should have switched this up and made this 3, because I'm going to throw this one in there too. So, we're going to have 11. And I'm going to make this 2B. Here's another reason why you know you're not ready for a committed relationship. Because you've already thought, well, if I have a baby, that'll keep him around. Did you hear what I'm saying? My queens, why do you do that? You think, well, you know, if I bear his child, He'll have a reason to stick around because we got to raise the baby together. He's going to always love that child. But it's not guaranteed he's going to love you. But if he doesn't love himself, guess what? It's going to be a long time before you see that play out. Can it? Yes. By all means it can. But you still got to take a position of courage to forgive yourself, to love yourself, and do the work. Nobody can live your life but you. It will play out how you navigate it. If you're navigating your life on your back, how far do you think your life is going to go? I'm keeping it 100. This is for you too, my kings. This same applies. If you're navigating your life from here, guess what's going to happen? You're going to attract nothing but shallow women. Your pockets are going to stay empty, and you're going to lose track of time because guess what? You're not focusing on yourself. That's why it's important to protect your last name because it has a responsibility to it. And number one reason why you're not ready to be in a committed relationship. You make a point to embrace a life of recklessness. You take a position of ego and pride and you feel that you actually think living your life without loving yourself, you can actually do it. How wrong you are. Look at history each and every time a person took that approach and how quickly they failed. That ain't the way. It's not. And you know what happens to those people who refuse to love themselves, to forgive themselves, forgive those who may have hurt them, and not learn from the experiences of that? Because those connections, what a lot of people don't want to speak on is this. Every time you're in a relationship with someone and it fails, guess what? You know what that also was? It is also interpreted as a soul tie, but it is also known as a karmic bond. The person was brought in your life to illustrate a lesson that you needed to learn. That's why some bonds are hard to break. They're hard to break because it lives in your heart. So in essence, if you're in an environment where you got somebody that says, well, baby, I would love you more if you augment these, or you put this in there, or you change your eye color. How about I turn around and buy you a new backside? Guess what? They will never love you. No, they will never love you. Because what you fail to realize is they are trying to build something from you, not honor and treasure the person you are now. Think about it this way. If the Eiffel Tower was not on a solid foundation, it could not stand today. Well, that solid foundation is you. My queens. I know some of you are in dilemmas where you think, well, you know, I just want to get my money right, Drew. You know, even if I wanted to start anew and I want to get out of this situation because 9 times out of 10 it is abusive. You feel that you've got to do a pay-to-play understanding. Yeah, what I mean by that is you're in a relationship because you're living with somebody. And the only way that you can make peace is you've got to give up your precious gift. This goes for you, my kings. The only way you're going to get peace of mind is you got to play a role. You got to play a part. Or you got to be a pin number. Let me tell you something. They'll never respect you. They won't. Because they don't respect themselves. Somebody, somewhere along the road of their life, convinced them to not love themselves. Someone planted the seeds of insecurity and they cultivated them. If you don't believe me, why don't you have a real talk with your mate? And let's talk about the people you've been with. Some of y'all don't even realize how many partners you've had between the two of you. That's why it's very, very important that you get yourself checked. When's the last time you've had a HIV test? Huh? You're supposed to get that done at least every 6 months if you're actively dating and you're being intimate, because you only have one body, one vessel. No matter how many cracks are in it, it's still your life. And if you're in a dark situation, guess what? You can turn that around the moment you get real with yourself. But you will not find peace, emotional safety in the arms of a lover. You won't. I know somebody pissed off right now because, well, why is that, Gerald? I've been with him for 10 years. We have great sex. We have an understanding, but you don't have peace. You don't have peace because guess what? You don't respect yourself. He damn sure don't respect you because why you ain't got a ring? Why hasn't your name changed? Why? There's a certain line of ethics that should be honored. If he calls you his queen, why won't he crown you here? If you look at him as your king, why won't you stand by him? Why do you constantly tear him down? See, a lot of women, I'm going to get on you about that because you guys do this. Well, you're saying, well, Joe, that's a rite of passage. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because every time that you take shots at your mate, you know, society's already taught men not to embrace their emotions. That's why we've got to look strong at all times. But I'm telling you what, there's a lot of men walking around broken. That's why a lot of men cheat, unfortunately. But just know, for every time a man cheats, a woman cheats 3 times as much. Because they're not balanced. They don't feel love, so they're going to go seek it out. Well, guess what? How do you think those cracks got into that vessel, your body? How do you think? Come on now. But then in the same breath, you say, I'm waiting for the one. Well, guess what? The one will never come into your life till you make the greatest commitment ever, and that is to yourself. I know y'all thinking I'm being mean. I'm not. I'm not. I'm trying to open your eyes. I'm trying to talk to your heart. You will never find happiness what you see the media play out. You got these women out here that were born one way, and God forbid when it's time for them to pass, they will not be the same person. Totally different people. Why? Because of the emotions that what they presented out to the environment. They thought they had to go beyond the call of duty. But you know what doesn't change? Your spiritual essence, your DNA. Your DNA. Come on now. And what's so funny about it? I'm going to keep saying this, and I'm going to wrap this up. My queens, when you decide to have the courage to look at yourself, that's what I told y'all. When's the last time you looked at yourself in the mirror, naked? Look at the flaws that you may have. I've got them. Oh, I got them too. But guess what? That's what makes me unique from the next man. That's what separates me from the multitude. Come on now. If your higher power wanted you to have it, don't you think he would reveal it to you when it's time? But he's not going to give you blessings that you're not ready for. Some of y'all might be, wow. For my folks that know about mandrill, I had somebody very dear to my heart used to like this group. Actually, in an indirect way. And to make a long story short, I went on ahead and did the research, and I just got the box set, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. They got a song out called Love Song. classic in Moroccan Nights. If you haven't heard it, go up to the up here. But anyway, let me stop rambling. Listen, what I want you to understand is this. My queens, I know you feel insecure because you see the next girl, she's doing what she's doing, and the guys are looking at her, and you kind of, in a way, are envious. But look at this. You don't know what she has to do to get there, and what she has done. You don't know that. But guess what? If it ain't natural, it ain't gonna stick around. It won't. And guess what? If it ain't authentic, real recognizes real like that. So be the real you. Love yourself. And if they can't accept you for who you are, you don't need to be there anyway. And when it's time for you to do the work and you've done the work, guess what? Those who value, love, and cherish you will be so apparent that even a blind person can see it. So look inside your heart. Don't be afraid. It's time to do the work, y'all. Alright. Have a blessed day. It's raining here in Virginia Beach. It's like cats and dogs. But that's alright, because I got a date with a turkey in about 10 hours. So, as I always say, God is praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth. You know I really do. And for that, it helps me discern mine. As always, if you're going through something, need some advice, you can hit me down here. I'm also on Google+. Like, don't like. Just the fact that you took a second to hear what I had to say, that keeps me humble. Alright, stay protected, stay blessed, and of course, say you. Bye, y'all.